Today we are going to be making a simple recipe. This is an Indian recipe and it's called potato pulao, which just means potatoes and rice. And this is something that I make and will bring to parties when I have nothing around the house and I'm not ready. And it gets rave reviews and everybody loves it. So the first thing you want to do is put some oil in your pan, add your potatoes, which we're doing. Then, let me go over here and show you what else you're going to need to complete this recipe. You're going to need onions, tomatoes, red chili pepper, turmeric powder, salt, pepper, which is not here yet, a cup and a half of rice, preferably basmati rice, and green masala. Now what this is a homemade recipe, and it is the secret to all delicious Indian cooking. You could put it in any dish and it's going to taste like Indian food. What this contains is equal parts green and thyme peppers, garlic, ginger, and cilantro. Put it all in a blender until it looks like this. And if you're having trouble getting it to look like that in your blender, just add a tiny bit of water and that's what loosens it up and gets it going. So, we're going to go back to our potatoes now. Add a little bit of salt, some pepper. I didn't feel like digging the pepper container out of the pantry, so we'll just use the shaker for this. And place to put our stirrer down. Give it a little stir. And what you want to do is add your spices while you're frying, because that's what really brings out the flavor. So I'm going to go over here and grab my turmeric powder and my red chili pepper. Now, turmeric powder, you're going to want about a teaspoon. Gives it that beautiful yellow color. And the red chili pepper you want to add to taste. Now keep in mind your green masala has some spice in it from the green Anaheim peppers. And they're a little spicy, so you want to think of that when you add your red chili powder, because that's also spice. I go for about 1/4 teaspoon. And we do have Indian palates, so we do like it a little bit spicy. We're used to eating a lot of Indian food. So, I'm going to stir that up, and again, I'm going to allow all the flavors to really come out while you're frying it. Now, I learned how to cook Indian food from my husband's aunt, and the aunts do not put onion in their potato pulao, but I like it that way, so I do. I'm going to grab my onions, put the onions in with the potatoes, and let them soak in all the flavors there as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there's only 2 secrets to Indian cooking, and that's green masala and some good basmati rice. We do not live in the city, so I buy all my flour and rice and spices right on the internet. It's very convenient. I'm going to grab my tomatoes, them in. The sweeter the tomato, the better it is. In summer, I love it. And we can get them right out of the garden. But we can't right now because it's February. Then I'm going to grab some cilantro, which you just want to put the leaves in, but it really doesn't matter. Add all our cilantro to the pan. Stir that up. And all we need to do now is add our rice and water. I have 1½ cups of basmati rice. And this time we actually tried a new rice, which I'm not crazy about. It gets soft a little faster. So I'm using a little bit less than I normally do in the water category. But what you want to do is for 1½ 1.5 cups of rice, you're going to do 3 cups of water. I think I'll do that too because I want my potatoes to get nice and soft. I'm infamous for having my potatoes be too hard when the recipe's completed, so we will add the 3 cups of water. Stir that and bring that to a boil. Okay, now I'm going to add my 1 tablespoon of green masala, and I like to add a little extra because, like I said, we do like it spicy. And that has those delicious garlic and ginger flavors that are so good. Now, normally what I would do is add that before I added the water while everything's still in the frying phase, because again, it really brings out the flavor if you fry it. Unfortunately, with making the video, I lost track. So either way, the flavors will be there. Now again, we're just going to give that a little stir and wait for it to come up to a boil. Okay, so now we are boiling, and all we need to do is add a lid, turn it down to low, and simmer for between 15 and 20 minutes. You just want to check on it between 15 and 20, and when the rice and the potatoes are done, your recipe is complete. Okay, our rice and potatoes has been simmering for about 10 minutes, and you can see that our liquids are completely evaporated. The rice is still a little bit moist, and the secret to that, so you just want to cover it, let it sit for another 10 minutes with the heat turned off, and everything falls perfectly into place. Here is your delicious, simple, quick, easy Indian recipe, and everything you need is already in the pantry. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.